up, y'all? So we're gonna be doing something a little bit differently or whatever tonight. I like first and foremost. Let me just say I thank each and every one of y'all for coming in and being here with me tonight. You could have chose to be anywhere else, but you chose to be here with me. What's up, Shayla? What's up, Spilly Boy? Um, the baby. Give me a second. Let me get your information so I can send you the link. Let's see. Shayla's in the house with us. Sylvia, what's going on with us today? Hardyway Health is in the house. Susan's in the house with us tonight. Coco D, the BAMs, Billy Boy TV again, Diva One. Um, I just thank all y'all for being here. Silent Artists, I thank each and every one of y'all for being here. The Anthony Brown Show's in the house with us tonight, and Silent X Radio is in the house with us tonight. This is going to be a very, very touchy subject. So this is all coming from our standpoint, our opinion on the situation. So again, this is just from our standpoint and our standpoint of the whole situation. What's up, D Main? Molly Anders in the house. Let's see. Shayla texts me and we're going to get ready to get started with this because I got some people in the back that want to go ahead and just want to shed some light on some different things. Like we have a whole bunch of different things that we're going to talk about. So again, this is coming from our standpoint, our opinion on the whole situation. So, you know, let's get into it. Okay. Um, so y'all, like I said, this is going to be a real intimate conversation right here that we're about to have, and I guess it's only one thing to do. Let's get into it. Help me bring in Miss Savon from the Savon Experience, and we have none other than Jay Renee from um, comedian Jay Renee. She's going to be in the house with us tonight too. Um, okay,
Yes.
out, so she'll be back with us in just a second.
She'll be right back. Hello, love muffins. How are you? Listen,
Yeah.
I'm feeding my face and I'll be right on with you guys. You'll be able to see me tonight. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have a couple of people that's going to be joining us after they get going. Jay
Mhm.
Renee, do you know if the baby wants to come in and be a part of the conversation? Because I really wanted to have a male's perspective on this conversation.
First of all, y'all need to tell me that he was gonna be a part of this. So no, I did
Oh,
not reach out to him.
uh-uh.
He's in the
No,
comments now. He's in the comments
uh-uh.
now.
Well, he don't know
Jasmine,
how to get on here.
I didn't send anything to him. That's why I'm asking you. Do you know? Because I'll go to his Instagram and try to send it to him.
I think what she's saying, Jasmine, is
Uh
since
Oh,
you
huh.
didn't run it, she's saying since
Oh,
you
I
didn't
didn't
run
run
it
it
by
by
her,
Queen Mother. I'm sorry.
she said since you didn't run it by her, don't run that contact by her either. She's gone and continued with that same
I
energy,
mean,
girl. That's what she said.
I can only be accountable for moi as far as the stream is concerned. And if you need a male's perspective, I can change my voice. Hey, what you need?
Oh,
I do that.
Um,
But no, I don't know. You can hit him up on IG. Y'all follow each other there.
yeah, that's what I'm finna do now. Um, See, we need a
Okay.
little bit like comedic style from Miss J Renee. If y'all are not following her YouTube or her Instagram channel, y'all are missing out on it. Because her Facebook be on. I mean, not Facebook, but her YouTube channel. J Renee, what is your YouTube so the moderators can put it on there for them?
The YouTube is comedian J Renee Witherspoon, and the Instagram is J Renee 109.
You was fading in and out.
I sitting here. Because my connection is horrible. I'm sorry.
You good now? You just had moved a little bit, and it was.
My connection is horrible. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Well, I'm trying not to move this phone. I'm holding this phone so stable right now. Yeah. YouTube is comedian J Renee Witherspoon. Or you can follow me at Jelter as well.
We didn't catch the last of that, but it'll be okay once you get done getting your hair and
But
stuff
either
done.
way it go, if you Witherspoon.
Let me send him a
Like
message right now.
that.
Okay,
You sending it
so
to him?
yeah, I'm sending it to him right now. Y'all, give me a second. Y'all know, like I said, this is a touchy conversation. So, and I would just want to make sure that we have what we need tonight because, again, I said I wanted a male perspective on this.
I told her that she don't want to do. Well, you know what you do.
Because,
You know what you're doing.
yeah, I got it sent to him. He said, give him a moment. He'll be in here just a second. I think Eugene said he wanted to touch in on it too, but he never did give me the go ahead that he wanted to go into it. I just don't want to.
The only thing that you can do really is just, if for those who are
Shorter
interested, just
sometime.
drop
It'll
them the
pull.
link, and if they show up, cool. If they don't, let's move on.
Ooh, gotta
Right.
hit it right now.
Let's do that. So yeah, I'm putting this down here, but we're not trying to flood out this whole situation. So because this is going to be a very touchy situation. So I'm going to do this and let's get it because we're finna go. Okay, so we are going to start off with talking about they're saying all Black Lives Matters, well, trans lives matter too, but not to even bring it back to this right here. The topic at hand we're talking about is Miss Breonna Taylor. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And the situation is really, really bad when you have influential people like Andy Cohen is saying that, they need to be arrested for the murder of Breonna Taylor. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're not only going to be talking about that. It's two more things we're going to talk about, but that's on the top of the list of what we're going to be talking about. Yeah, Eugene, if you want to come in, you can come in. If not, I understand, but we finna get started because I got work tomorrow and I know everybody else has probably got other things that they need to do. So we finna just rock and roll with the conversation as it is right now. So ladies, your standpoint on the Breonna Taylor situation. I'll start with you, Miss J. Renee or Savon, whoever wants to go first.
The question that I have a question, and I'm posing my question to stimulate dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
I want to understand what was the reasoning for them only charging the one officer. I want somebody to make that make sense to me.
Right. Okay. That's the biggest question that I want to figure out and I want answer to, like, if the Black Lives Matter and this, that, and the third, then why was her life didn't matter? Why everybody wasn't taking and doing what they needed to do in order to secure and make sure that the stuff is going on. How you doing, mister?
Hey.
What's hola. I mean, it seemed like it took forever.
Say what?
How you doing, babe?
I'm doing wonderful. Excellent now that I'm off work.
Awesome. I mean, so the question, we're talking about Breonna Taylor. We're talking about the verdict. I had a question because I'm trying to understand why really only one officer was charged. That's the first question. The second question is, why did it take so fucking long?
Yeah, it's like like a year and a couple months or something like that?
Too damn long. And then just one officer? Make it make sense, because I don't understand.
Can I say what I feel? Can I say
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
honestly feel? This isn't a fact. This is what I feel. When they
Jay
were
Renee, you're
looking
back with us too. Go ahead.
they were looking for a reason to, I don't know what it is because I don't have relatives in that type of job setting, so to speak, or in police, so to speak. But when the lawyer got on the stand and they did that $12 million offer, the
Well,
lawyer looked so, I'm sorry, the lawyer looked so like sweaty and uncomfortable. And then I felt then that they were buying their way out of it somehow. And it was like, my feeling was just like, you stood there as a black lawyer. Granted, they got $12 million, but that's not going to bring this family's child back. This isn't going to, like, I was so angry. I wasn't. Is her life only worth $12 million? Like, she could have come to be a Kim Kardashian. You know, like, I'm just outraged at it. Just to be honest, I'm pissed.
yeah.
But then I'm wondering what makes them think that her life was only valued at $12 million, and then of course Uncle Sam's going to take his taxes out of it, so
lawyer too,
and lawyers going to take their taxes out of it, and whatever other legal stuff that they have
You
to
don't
take.
take taxes out of lawsuit money.
Who don't take taxes out of lawsuit money?
You're not supposed to.
Baby,
Cuts out of it.
I'm gonna have to look. I need to Google that.
Yeah,
that don't
the
sound
IRS is. It don't sound right, but I, for some reason, feel like that they have a tax on it. It may not be the standard tax deduction, but IRS is getting something out of that, baby.
Google. If you have a lawsuit, do they tax out of
You
the
better
money?
Google it.
They have to, because it's just like if you're taking.
If your physical injury damages are tax free, physical injuries damages are tax free.
Right.
So
physical injury damages.
Injuries, it is tax.
But this is. I don't think this is considered a physical injury.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's that loophole right there.
Is, baby?
I mean, she was killed. She was, but I just feel like
take taxes out of that money. She was shot. That's a physical injury. Come on, let's be smart, people. They can.
Wouldn't it be wrongful death? Wouldn't it be like wrongful death?
Yeah.
That's what
it's taxable. Hold on, are wrongful death suits taxable?
What it says if you sue them on a wrongful death suit. Hold on, let me see that. Let's see that.
The IRS makes the wrongful death settlement non-taxable.
Yes, if you
because
have
it
a
clarifies.
wrongful death suit, will it be taxed?
No, it won't.
Awesome.
The IRS makes the wrongful death settlement non-taxable because it clarifies as part of a claim that resulted from personal injuries and physical illness.
It's not taxable.
Yep.
Point blank. Period. Taxable. Ain't no.
Okay. So what they doing is that 33,
it's
that 33% to that lawyer.
I'm waiting.
Y'all said taxable on the money is paying, and his fees is completely different.
Look,
that's not tax.
Because Jay Renee, you got our asses together earlier talking about some damn, y'all better be ready or be square. You done showed up with this goddamn all-tail ass connection. Now, you giving it to us, so we got to give it back to you, girl. Do they have Wi-Fi in that shop, girl?
Oh, did you say all-tail? Did you say all-tail, auntie?
Okay, y'all.
Look, she said, look.
Full of shit. Bye. I'll be back.
Girl, when I tell you, she was baking our asses earlier because she said we were talking too goddamn much and we better be ready for this show later. She was giving me and Jasmine hell.
She was.
Well, Jasmine too. Well, Savon, to answer your question, well, a lot of this is one, to pay it off because they knew they was wrong and they knew they weren't going to give them the verdict that they wanted. So they gave them
They
the
knew
money
that. Uh-huh.
just to call. And
Yeah.
also, I found out today watching the news, unfortunately, with all this bullshit going on. So the Attorney General, he doesn't even have criminal he doesn't even have criminal trial experience at all. So he's never done anything with criminal trials at all. His first time being prosecuting this kind of trial ever. So it seems to me that he just rushed it to get a verdict and to protect his future endeavors as the prosecutor and Attorney General, because the Attorney General and the prosecutors, prosecutors in law are always tied to police that they serve for. So he's just trying to keep the relationship with the police as copacetic as possible. And then I also found out that he's a Trump supporter as well. So that's there you
go.
Well,
what I do know, this is in Louisville, Kentucky, is where that happened, and they do have better prosecutors than that. They put absolutely no value on this young lady's life at all. Way they handled it, the way that they tried to get it, and when I saw that $12 million lawsuit that they gave that family $12 million, I knew it was gonna be some bullshit on the verdict, and here we have it. The bullshit.
But doesn't this follow what they did with? I don't know. Did they settle George Floyd, or did they just do the GoFundMe for George Floyd?
I have no earthly idea what they decided to do.
I think all the guys that was involved, but most of them anyway, got I don't know if they got if it went all the way as far as through the process of prosecution, but I know they definitely all got held accountable to some degree.
The baby, I'm waiting for you to connect to me. I'm looking at you, but I can't put you into the stream until it connects. So that's why you're not connected onto the screen yet.
But my only thing about it is that I've always felt like that the Breonna Taylor, case, even when the George Floyd stuff was going on, it just always seemed like it got put on the back burner.
The back burner.
And
correct.
You would think that as horrific as it was, in the manner of which she, lost her life, that, it would be more as far as, no, this is not to take away from George Floyd, but I just would have thought that as the magnitude in which how it happened, that it would have been a huge deal, huge deal. And I felt like it wasn't even that until the whole George Floyd thing kind of simmered down. And even then, I still feel like a lot of people wasn't really talking about it. And even when it started to go on the trial, it just felt like that, they paid out this settlement and said, okay, you be thankful you got the settlement, and just, we're gonna keep it moving.
So may I interject and say this right here? I just want to say that with something like this, and I hate to take and do it like this, but I'm just going to be 2000 with it. It's just like whenever they're taking and looking for someone that kills a trans woman. It's not important. It's whenever we get to it, and then let's shoot them out of the way. It's not important because number one, she's a female.
That was my point.
She's number one, she's black. Number two, she's a black female. So that's it's not irrelevant. It's just like when I don't know if y'all remember whenever they was doing the whole Lorena Bobbitt situation, and it was everywhere, and they wanted justice for him and this, that, and third, and he got all these contracts out of getting his penis cut off because they wanted to see if it was still working. Long story short, they value that foolishness like that more than they value our lives. That's the purpose of me doing this tonight, is to bring light to something as serious as this.
And they even help with me not to be paying anybody in the first place anyway.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, do they even have $12 million to be paying somebody in the first place anyways? Because I always see these big settlements with these towns, and I always feel like that they are settlements, but do they actually ever get paid out? Because I've seen plenty of times.
The state steps in. The state has to do it.
For Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville has an income tax and a state tax. They got the money. That's why I would never live in Louisville, because Louisville tax your ass to death. They got the money. You got to realize most of the cigarette places and companies are in Kentucky too.
So
Wow.
do you think Bambi got a point? Jazz, I just saw his comment about about them taking the money, they could have taken this higher to get the officers put in jail. Do you think that would have made a difference?
I do. I honestly do. And when the lawyer announced the settlement, I was looking at them like, why would you settle? Like, your child is gone. I mean,
I feel
the
like,
funeral.
you know,
Mm-mm.
not taking anything and not cutting you
Okay,
off,
so
baby. But I feel like that because of, the background that we're finding out now that he's a Trump supporter and stuff like that, he probably didn't value the life, not probably, but he did not value the solidity of the case either. So he was like, you know what, just take this money. It's gonna be the best thing you do. And a lot of us don't have the education that our counterparts do have, and we don't want to do the resource and do the backstory of the situation to figure out, hey, if I do take this on out, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? And the first thing they take and say, well, if you don't take this right now, you may not get another offer like this. You know how the legal standpoint is. So then they're going to take and drop onto the first thing that they see, and then whoop, there it is. Then they screwed.
But my thing with that, Jasmine, is it the principle? Like, to me, the money is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your child is gone, but on another aspect, it would be like, if I lost my child, like, here ain't no amount of money in the world. Like, I just couldn't take it. Like, my child's life, no amount of money could compare to my child's life. I
Right.
want justice for my child. Fuck your money. I
Right.
don't need your money. I need my child.
you know
Right.
what?
Jay Renee, what you had to say, baby?
So I'm gonna say this right here, and I'm coming from the perspective of a parent. I don't know how many people in here that are actual parents, but I'm actually a parent. And to be honest with you, what I would do if my child was gunned down. We can all say what we would do if in that position, but in all honesty and retrospect, you really don't know what you would do if you were ever put in that predicament. See, it's
Right.
easy to say that if somebody robbed me, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. But then when it boils down to it, you staring down the barrel of a 9mm gun and you freeze. But
Right.
back when you hadn't experienced that, you would say what you would do. You don't know. So you don't know mentally what that mother is dealing with. So to be quite honest with you, her taking the $12 million, maybe that's a way for her to cope with the fact that her daughter is not here. Maybe the money will be used to open up a foundation in her daughter's name, start a scholarship program in her daughter's name. But to just say that you wouldn't do this or you wouldn't do that, I mean, none of us know what we would do if we're in that position. So don't judge or pass judgment based on that, saying what you wouldn't do, because none of us
No,
really know what we would do.
Jay, but it wasn't coming from that. What I was saying is that I would have done a little bit more research, and I do understand sometimes people take the money to feel like that they closed a chapter so they can try to get back to some form of normalcy. Because waiting a year to a year and a half for something like this to happen, I understand that, and I've never been put into that situation. So again, you're correct with that. But I also feel like that I would have did a little bit more research and understood exactly what I'm doing, because within that lawsuit, it could have been like, okay, so from this point on, you can't come back behind us
Oh,
after anything
oh,
civil or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? So
okay,
that's where I'm talking about.
okay, okay. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now with you guys.
Come on.
Has anybody experienced the death of a loved one that was killed or shot by someone that was wrongful death, and you had to go to court for a lawsuit? Has any of you ever experienced
I
that?
haven't had to go to court. I haven't had to go to court.
Savon.
Yep, my uncle.
Okay. So how you
I
would
didn't have to go to
respond to
court.
something and versus how else responds to something that's completely different.
So I don't blame the family. I had to step out when y'all had the discussion. I don't blame the family for taking the money. I definitely feel like they should have taken the money. That is a way to start the process of grieving. I do know that I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. They're in Louisville, Kentucky. We're both kind of the same. It's very racist. Okay, the facts are it's taken a lot longer for Brianna to get the attention that she needs with all of the celebrity involvement, the celebrity bringing attention to it on social media, and yet it still took too long to get this far.
Right.
So from a family perspective, I see exactly why they took the money. I know that they know within their heart of hearts that these officers were not going to be charged fairly because 9 times out of 10 in Kentucky, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they looked at what's the best outcome right now that we as a family can take to kind of help. 12 million doesn't bring your baby back. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But what it can do, it can definitely pay for therapy for the family.
Mm-hmm.
It can pay for a lot of healing sessions. And it can also allow them to, just as Jay Renee said, create some sort of awareness fund. There are loopholes. There are loopholes in everything. And they can find that and say we can't go back and do this, that, and the other. But now they have the resources to do additional research of things that they can do that they don't have right now.
Right.
That was my thing. My thing was literally, if the clause in that contract did not say that we could not stop pursuing justice for what the officer did, for whatever it is, but I need the justice system to change because my child is a product and this keeps happening. It's not just about I can't bring my child back. So I am a parent. I can't bring my child back, but because I can't bring my child back, I'm going to fight. And to me personally, it was like if not, and I don't know the details of that, but if it was like, if you still could pursue justice for the legal system and changing the legal system, that's all I want. I want to change the legal system so that this stops happening. Now, if they got the 12 million and they can continue to do that, I'm happy with that. I would do that.
Yeah, the one thing that the family knows that they have is that the awareness is out there. Everybody is saying Brianna's name. Everyone.
Right.
And I get it. Living in this all the time, that family is tired too.
Right. Hi, the baby.
Hey, the baby.
Oh, okay. Here I go. Okay, all right.
So I met him today on an app called Stereo. And he was having a very interesting conversation with a white counterpart of ours, which, a white male. And I just thought it was appropriate that we're linking everything together. So let's just talk about how it is, because me and Jay Renee, before the verdict and stuff came out, we talked about, the whole Black Lives. Why is it, I posed this question to the panel, is why is it that there's always a divide amongst us in the Black community? Regardless of where you sit, gay, straight, bisexual, curious, whatever, it's always a divide with us. We can never get on a true one accord and help each other out with different things. And that's where my issue is coming in with this whole situation is why can't we get this together?
I mean, me personally, I just feel like, it's a thing of a lot of people procrastinate, as far as when it comes to doing stuff.
A lot of people don't have the resources either. That's the biggest thing. Resources.
You can say resources, but a lot of people are stubborn.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that it's resources because some people that have resources can't. I feel Jasmine on that because it's like people with resources that get along with people that don't have resources. It's everyone knows somebody that doesn't, and I'm with Jasmine on this one. Like it is like it ain't money, auntie. I don't think it's money.
So let me play devil's advocate with this. So you can step outside of our color line and go to our white counterparts, and they're accepted of They're family members. Most of the time, they're accepted as their family members that choose to or think that they have a choice in being gay. They don't ridicule them as much as it is in the black neighborhood. In the black neighborhood, you go get a haircut, folks just assuming you got a little sugar in your tank. They're gonna talk about you like a dog from the time you get into the place to the time that you leave, and then they want to push pussy off on you. But then, what is that getting? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I felt like this case is treated just like any case that has to do with a trans woman. It's been talked about because of who she is, but it was dealt with because of what she is, which is a black female.
So here's the one thing we got to understand. I wanted to make sure I had this right before I spoke on it. So I went and I actually did a little research while you guys were talking. So the wrongful death lawsuit and the actual criminal charges are very different, and they're separate. They can't be blended together. So they can't even say in the wrongful death settlement, they can't even say you can't pursue further. That's separate. And if you look at the wrongful death, most wrongful death suits typically comes after there's been a conviction, typically, because that's the way for the family to get additional justice in a way. This happened on the front end, which was surprising to me. First of all, we had a settlement before we even had charges. However, they said, and neither of these two proceedings affect or control the other.
I have a question.
Okay, so with that being said, there's been some additional news that's been released. Where Kentucky Attorney General says witnesses heard officers ID themselves in Breonna Taylor's raid. So with that being said, Breonna Taylor's lawyer is calling for the public release of evidence presented in the grand jury that was declined.
You say what?
The lawyer of Breonna Taylor is calling for the public release of evidence presented to the grand jury that was declined to indict 3 officers for her shooting. They declined that evidence. The Kentucky Attorney General says they have witnesses that heard the officers identify themselves in the raid.
Witnesses is a lie because they only have 1 out of the 13 witnesses that they have. Only 1 agreed with the statement that the police are offering. Only 1, and they didn't allow the other 12 witnesses that said the complete opposite to be part of the trial at all.
We'll see, but they use that information to convict 1 versus the 3.
And that's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest
if they
thing.
would have allowed that in the court, then they would have had. And I wasn't there, but they said that's why they want the public release of evidence. So that.
But here go my question to that. Here go my question to that, because he just said 13 other people didn't agree, right? The way the state, and you just made like key points about them offering the money before the actual charges. Could the state have paid the other witnesses like they offered this money to the family before this happened?
I feel like at this point they had to do something because doing nothing was not going to suffice. But I think they still not giving us enough credit. You know what I'm saying? We typically, as a black race, you give us a few months and a few ratchet TV shows, bitch, and we over it. I'm just gonna be very clear about it.
Right.
If we would have kept this energy with Ferguson, if we would have kept this energy with Rodney King. If we'd have kept all this energy for years to come, all of us, some of this shit wouldn't be happening today. Amen. But COVID-19 got us stuck in the house, so we can't get over this quick. And they try to push this shit out. They try to push this beyond. They try to push it out as far as they could. You had more movement on George Floyd than Breonna, and that happened way later.
Right, Jay Renee, you had something to say, baby?
Yeah. Back of what was said regarding the whole grand jury. As you all know,
who's got the feedback?
Hardaway, mute your mic.
Somebody talking in the background.
Will never be released. That's the way it goes. That's the law. You may not agree with how the law works or what have you. With that being said, regarding Breonna's family and them being able to do something, The mother at this point can be an activist, just like Trayvon's mother, just like Mike Brown's mother, and go to the legislators and continue to go to those legislators to fight for a change. Call the law the Breonna Taylor's law, whatever you want to do. But the thing of it is, the family now has the means and the money now to fight where they didn't have it before. Like they can actually fight on their own at this point. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, if the parents just take the $1,200 and gone on about their business, ain't nothing we can do about it, y'all. The family got to want to fight too. We can be out here marching and stampeding the streets all we want to, but unless they fighting with us, then there's nothing that none of us can do, and that's the sheer reality of it all. Yeah. And again, I go back and say this: you can't put a price tag on life, but guess what? $12 million make me feel just a tad bit better. But I don't know how I would feel if I was in that position.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The baby, you got something to say?
I said that same thing earlier when I was talking to the gentleman. I don't know what I would have did in that situation, but I'm the basic information here that it's a whole lot riding on this. And to be honest with you, I feel like
it's I feel like cut something. You quick with it now. But Bernie,
I feel like the family really stole us all out by going with a settlement. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in here is talking about the police officers. Why come nobody is talking about, they were following orders? Why come nobody is saying anything about I'm sorry, I'm hearing stuff, but it's like in and out. Nobody's talking about the people who signed this warrant. Nobody's talking about the DA that signed them to this case. Was this man on probation? It was a better way it could have been done other than coming to somebody's house at midnight, because whether or not I sell dope, if you kick my dough down, I'm gonna react, and my reaction is going to be to live. I'm going to try to live out of this situation. And what would keep me from knocking one of y'all doors down and out police? What would stop that from happening?
Here's another thing that they're not talking about either. You're right. So you got all these officers just to beat down the dope of the dope man. And let's just be very clear. He wasn't a cartel. He wasn't a cartel. He wasn't pushing that much weight. Is that
they know that was wrong.
Exactly. And then on top of that, let's not forget, y'all, they tried to pin the murder of Breonna on him.
Right.
Oh, well. But what is a no-knock warrant? I know they said it was a no-knock warrant, so that gives them permission.
In Kentucky, they can have a no-knock warrant, which means they're freely to take and bust into any residence and to do what they need to do.
So here's the thing: you have a no-knock warrant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you feel justified in what you're doing. Did you actually say who you were? Did you actually say and announce yourselves at the door? Because if somebody come busting down my door, I'm not gonna look out the window first. I'm shooting first, bitch.
Right.
So if you don't want to get shot, announce your motherfucking self. And then I'm gonna verify that you actually are the popo before I open up the goddamn door, because criminals show up at your door saying they the popo too.
Right.
Right, but this was the other thing that really got me. Didn't they have to go past the boyfriend to get to her?
See, I don't know where she was. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
It was my
what I understand, she's in the bathroom.
They were in the room together.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But here's the thing. The change is not going to occur. The biggest thing with all of this and all you patterns, with our trans sisters, with a lot of black, men and women losing their lives and stuff. All of it points back to the same thing. You got people in these leadership positions, people in these law enforcement, district attorneys, all of these people in these systems. They really don't need to be in there because they all are in it as far as they all got some kind of thing as far as when it comes to not wanting to do the right thing and taking cover for each other. We still got Kendrick Johnson case that happened in Valdosta, where the guy they sent talking about the guy up in the gym at, and that's how he died, knowing good time well if you saw his face how it's all bruised up and busted up, that's not how he died. But once again, the sheriff, I believe somebody said the sheriff or the GBI son or somebody, that that was a person that attended the school of the father who was actually like a sheriff in that city or whatever. So it's like you got all of these people who are like all as far as in these leadership positions, and that's the reason why a lot of this stuff don't really go. But like you got people paying out settlements, sure, but then it's just like what results happen. Same thing with George Zimmerman. We sat there and watched the whole case, and now he's still walking around to this day a free man and stuff, because it all points back to these convictions and stuff like that. They never sit here and stick and get to the point of where they need to be in order to keep these people behind bars. So it's just like that's why I don't really care for politics and stuff, because I feel like that it's a lot of craziness, dysfunctional people lying and stuff, people not being honest. The same thing happened down there in Brunswick, with the guy Ahmaud Arbery, him, being killed in the manner in which he was, and the people that killed him, happened to be in law enforcement and stuff like that. It's just like it all points back to leadership, and I feel like that's why we constantly see these same results happening, because you got these people that are no good. They're just sitting here and doing what they want to sit here and do, and nobody is holding them accountable for it. So that's why I feel like the settlements and stuff, that's all great and stuff, and it's fine. It definitely is, but as far as when it comes to actual results that's going to actually stop what's going on now, it's not going to stop until the right people get put into office that can make decisions like this and not be doing crazy stuff like barging in on somebody and just start firing and shooting up the place. Crazy.
And I need to make a correction, because what Zylan Artist was saying, I need to clarify. So
go ahead, babe.
Basically, there were a dozen witnesses that said the police officers did not announce themselves. There was one witness that said that they did.
Mm-hmm. And
that's that 1-1. That's that 1-1. So why would there be 12 witnesses that said you didn't? 12, and one said that you did.
Because one of them was paid off. And
exactly.
They used that one.
And this is why. This is exactly why they are wanting the evidence from the grand jury. They want to know why.
You better come on court, reporter.
Girl, because I'm just tired. Like, this shit don't make sense. A whole year and only one? No, all of them should.
But again, this just shows, like how I said before, he has no experience in these types of cases. But he's the attorney general, and if you're an attorney general, you're supposed to have this kind of experience before you're even appointed.
Can I segue?
Yes.
That's why it is so important while this November 3rd election is coming up that we go vote. It's not just about the presidential election, like Zylan Artist, my nephew right there said. This person had no experience. You voted a person with no experience in office. So that's your local election. That's your local law.
Local, yeah, exactly.
And this is so the reason why that statement is so powerful from Hardaway Health is because it's black folk. Let's just be very honest. We'll go out and buy some Jimmy Choos and a Gucci purse before we go vote most of the time.
Right.
And then you get mad. I gotta say we, because we gotta be all in it together. Then we get mad when we get this type of injustice. But it wasn't important for you to get your ass up and go vote, and not only just vote, but actually take some time to get to know the candidates and see what
that's it.
Now people can get on there and lie. You are absolutely.
I was just about to say that. Get a relationship with your city councilman.
I know because he was black.
They are available. They are.
But then
they're running. The ones that you want, you have to work for them.
Right. But then we sit here and we look at it. We also look at it like this. Now, as long as this case has been going on, y'all do realize that these officers have been on paid leave of absence.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
So
how it always goes.
they still have not gotten penalized for any of this stuff. They haven't. They got a slap on the wrist, and they was able to sit home with Becky Sue and Joanna to
Why do you
take and
think
do
that was?
everything that they want to do. Go play golf or whatever it is, huh?
Why do you think they got
Ooh.
paid leave?
Because of their privilege.
No,
in the
because
powers that
like
be.
it was said earlier, they were following orders.
Tag me,
Yeah.
please.
Go ahead, baby.
Anytime your president with evidence has got out of what? How many now? Bold-faced lies that he's been indicted for. How many has he gotten out of now? This is the leader of the governments. So what do we expect? And this is leadership and how leadership is ran. So our power is really in our vote and making sure, like Auntie said, we know that those candidates are qualified and we know their history. Do the research. We got Google, just like Jay Renee said. Google, could you get, is this taxable? Is this taxable? The same way, Google your candidates, find out what their records are, what their history is. Find out if they're building prisons. Find out if they're changing laws to lock us up or change our gender back or lose our freedom or lose our marriage in our community.
And here's another thing.
sorry.
Be mindful. Oh, I'm sorry. Host, go ahead, baby.
No. You go ahead, because
Be mindful also. Let me just urge the people to be mindful of what you do support for your own fucking good, because that same support can fuck you up later. I told y'all this was going to be a very sensitive topic. Some people get out there and vote for shit that meets their immediate agenda and not doing the research. And then when you get that little agenda, you think it's cute, right? And that same official take about 10 other things away from you. And now you mad. Sometimes you got to let those little people that you don't feel like need anything get what they need so that we can holistically get what we need.
See that, and that's what I piggyback off what you was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. People are looking at it like this. And I hate to break it down like this, but the truth is the truth. Okay, so whenever they start denying and taking away from the trans women and the trans community, the next people are to be taken down is the black women and the black votes. After that, who you think they're coming after next? The black men.
And who you wait.
Because they feel like
after they do all that, white women, they're coming for you.
Say it again.
White women, they're coming for you.
Actually, they're gonna be put on the same. They're gonna be put on the same page as the black women.
No, they got to do the black women and black men first, or they might do the black men and then black women with a subclause that includes women as a whole.
Right.
What year did women get the right to vote? What year?
They're gonna get all the Hispanic people out first before they do the white women.
But see, the same people who are voting for that shit. That's what I'm talking about. When you're voting for things that's going to get a class of people that you may not fuck with or appreciate, understand those same people, they coming for you, boo.
Right.
It's just a matter of time. If it's not you right now, it's gonna be your grandchildren or your great grandchildren.
Right.
But I also want people to realize that, you know, when it comes to doing all these protests, and I'm looking at it on the news now, you know, these protests going on, people back to tearing up shit again. That's not, I'm sorry, kids sit here and shoot the messenger. It's not proactive to me as far as producing results, because at the end of the day, people got insurance. One thing I've learned from working in insurance is that insurance is going to get you right back where you see and start from. Some people don't give a damn about you seeing 10 down shit. They're going to still see and turn around and build this shit right on back up and then turn around and capitalize off the black dollar because of the fact they know that it's relevant. And so I just feel like people need to find proactive ways in order to get their message and get better results, because stand up stuff, you know, when the George Floyd thing happened and people tore up stuff, people sitting here and jumped down my throat because I said, well, why y'all tearing up stuff? And now here we is back here again with Breonna Taylor and ain't got no results at all.
Here's what I feel. I feel like you have a point, but I think the problem is we've if we look at it holistically, let's just be very clear. Look at all the times that it's happened. We've not torn up enough. The only way to get in people's minds And the kicking to do right is by force. I'm sorry. The only people, if you have to get a prenup when you get married, because folks and fuckers act the fuck up and you want to make sure they stay in line, because in that prenup, you about to take them through the goddamn dry cleaners. You about to rape their asses bald. If they cheat, most motherfuckers ain't gonna cheat because they're gonna lose everything. You cannot sit here and hope for people to be moral these days. It's not happening like that.
Right.
It's not. You got to get them where it hurts. As a pocket, as a whole United States, what we not gonna do is continue to pay all this money out in insurance claims. So you better believe there's gonna be some legislation around it that's gonna keep that money, because the more money they save is the more money that these legislative people get
to play with.
Insurance company, you worked in insurance. They're not going to keep paying out these goddamn claims. They're going to go bankrupt. You know this. So it's going to make people act right because they don't want their shit toe up. They don't want their shit shook. I'm not condoning violence. Please don't take it that way. But I feel like we done kumbaya and oh Lord Jesus, let's turn to the book of Leviticus too goddamn long, and it ain't got us no goddamn well.
Right.
I'm finna shake it up, Auntie. I'm finna shake it up. What is the difference? Because you work in insurance. What is the difference in we get angry and go tear shit up, and white people or non-melon humans, let me just say humans, right? What's the difference in them going to a football game or a baseball game and fucking shit up? What's the difference? It's still paying insurance.
So we're gonna take in. You're gonna pose that question right after this commercial. So if y'all are just not joining us, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I do appreciate each and every one of us coming in. We are talking still about the Breonna Taylor verdict. And Diva One made a very good point here. We're going to go back to that point in just a second. Hardaway Health, could you go ahead and restate, do that statement again that you posed to the counter?
Earlier today, T.S. Madison made a statement and she said, what is the difference? Because Mr. 6'8" up there said, we have to stop rioting, right? And Auntie said, we're tired, we're fed up, and we're fucking shit up because we're tired of it. But what is the difference in football season, baseball season, when not our culture, but the other culture that you're mentioning goes and tears their neighborhood down and insurance claims have to be paid? Because both neighborhoods are torn down. But notice you only mentioned the black riot.
The difference is that he's a passionate person about his team, and it was very passionate, and it was passionate war and oriented about his team losing. That's the difference.
I'm passionate about my people dying and being fucked up and killed all over the world. Humanity is blind. I'm tired of year after year, not even 6 months, when the new iPhone come out, when the new Galaxy come out, God doggone it, a new one of us is in the news.
Right.
And I'm watching one of us in the news on my new Galaxy phone.
My only thing is that it wasn't just blacks in here tearing up shit. It was all people of all races.
This is one thing I want to say.
Even tearing the black communities up, of people that were poor, tearing their communities up as well, which I definitely don't see the benefit in that.
But hold on, Mr. 6'8".
This is the thing I want to say about this for 1 second. First off, a lot of these protests have been peaceful. Most of them are. And the thing is, a lot of agitators come in through and masquerade as if they're part of the movement, and they burn shit down. And it's not the black people doing it, it's the white people that are coming in acting like they're part of the movement. And we get blamed for it because it's easy to blame Black people, when they're mad, because it's just going to go with the stereotype of that. Black people are scary. Black people are going to ruin everything for white people and all this other stuff like that. So it feeds into the narrative.
Yeah.
So everything that you see on the news when they say, "Oh, there was a riot today," it most likely wasn't a riot. It was some agitator that came in and threw a Molotov in there. And also, we understand that when protests were happening, police, unmarked cars were leaving bricks and stuff like that around where the protest was happening, so that people had weapons to even throw. So
they did that in Nashville.
So you say what? Say that again, please.
Nashville. Here in Nashville, what Niece is talking about here in Nashville, the same thing. Before there was a scheduled protest, obviously. Before there was just nothing there. But the night before the protest, people came out and they put bricks and shit on each corner, big old stacks of bricks.
I have a question, right?
So the next day, you got people throwing bricks, and the people who put those bricks weren't the protesters, and the people who was throwing them were the people who brought the bricks. They had arrests made. I see they had arrests that was made, and the people got arrested didn't live here, weren't from here, had nothing to do with it. They were coming out of town tearing up shit, and they weren't black.
I also feel like, before the next person's gonna speak, I also feel like if they was to go over to Melrose Place and to Hollywood Boulevard and they tear up some of that shit that a lot of the white people go to, and I'm sorry to say it like this, but Beverly Hills and stuff, and jack up a lot of their properties and stuff over there, then they would get it through their mind. Stop tearing up your own neighborhood that you got to go back to and sleep in. Start jacking up some of their stuff, and you'll see it's going to be a big difference. I mean, I don't condone it, but if you're going to do it peacefully, but stop. I'm so tired of people, like Savon was saying, coming in from out of town, jacking up and tearing up all this stuff. And then they want to take and put it on us because of us doing a peaceful march. But again, like Silent was saying, it feeds into that narrative. Oh, angry black women, angry black men.
Can I say this? Did anybody here notate the long period of silence after Miss Jazz said, what is it going to take to get us to stop with the division?
I was going back to that, but yes, I did take note of it.
Nobody said anything, but I want to tell you something. The root of this problem is house nigga fear nigga.
You know what?
You better come
on. You're not lying.
Y'all better come on.
If I could echo Mr. 6'8", going back to what we were talking about with the football, the game, and the riot, right? We're made to look like the bad person, and then the first thing that comes out of our mouths are, we have to stop doing that, right? But then we're having conversations like these, talking to us. We're, like Auntie said, we're angry, we're upset, we're outwardly expressing ourselves because a lot of us are in, so we're aggravated anyway. But then, to Auntie's point, who was there throwing the bricks? And then it looks as if, but then I'll take it even further to this. Aren't all behaviors learned?
Amen.
This whole country is built off of violence.
Even with lies, you know, Sorry, baby. Go ahead, Zyla. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, if we're talking about the history of this whole country, girl, this whole country is built on violence and bloodshed. So, we got accreditation from this. We killed all the Native Americans, girl. We gave them diseases, killed them, put them on these reservations where they get paid no damn money. They're basically dirt poor and can't ever get out, except for a couple few. And then you have all these civil wars to get some sort of equality, which really wasn't equality because we got redlining and all that other shit to keep black people poor environments.
I feel like I'm getting a history lesson of all the wrong things that non-melanated people did.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But wait, we're animals.
Right. I'll be right back, y'all. Right back.
But wait, isn't this country that's built on the backs of whom, right? somebody made a statement earlier about stealing our stuff. I don't know where I was on stuff being stolen, right? But or angry or something. My point is, don't you think we're tired of people taking our stuff? Like, don't you think if the legal system, the educational system, right? Those things are a learned thing. The laws change because they know if you walk so many times between this time and this time, and there's so much traffic based on this time and this time, then I can charge you for jaywalking and I can make so much money off of you because you're a what? You're a number. You're stopped in the United States of America. Once we get the social security number, let's talk about it. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it all the way.
What happened with the social security number?
No, I'm saying we're stock. The United States is a corporation. Is it not, Auntie?
It's always been a business. And the one person who really showed us how much of a business is our current president.
Yep, earned agent.
But I will say, we can say whatever bad things we want to say about him. I've seen a whole lot of, I'm not going to say good things, but a whole lot of, I told y'all from him too. Because a lot of shit done, a lot of shit that he said has done nothing but validated everything we've been saying. That people have been saying, oh, you're just saying that. That's not really happening. And that's why a lot of allies that we have, because we do have allies outside of the black community. That's why a lot of allies are fed up too. They're like, oh shit, I am so sorry, because they thought we were just making this shit up and just saying the same old. It's just the same old sad song all the time. Is it really? He, out of his own words and his own mouth, have made people extremely comfortable to be their authentic racist self.
And see, Auntie, this is why I usually, when I hear the word ally, it triggers me a little bit, because allyship to me is you only an ally when stuff comes to light, but we need advocates. Bitch, when shit ain't happening, bitch, and we no longer are talking about it, bitch, you need to be doing the work with us.
Well, then maybe I'm using the wrong word, because
it's not.
A lot of people the people that I'm talking about are those who did not realize there was still a problem. And the ones who are not black, who are upset and fighting along with us, I call them allies, but we can call them advocates. We can call them whatever they want. They actually see that it's a problem and they're doing something about it. Whereas at first they didn't see it. They didn't. Now, there are people who've seen it and did absolutely nothing because it didn't affect them. I'm not talking about those individuals. I'm talking about those who see it's a problem and they're like, okay, this is some bullshit. I didn't see it before, and they're fighting along with us. They're using their privilege to further the movement because it's exactly what they should be doing.
But
I agree.
I was going to say that regardless of color, when it comes to back to the riot thing and back to the division thing that the baby spoke of, when it comes to certain things like that, I feel like that everybody's intention and motive is very much true. Everybody ain't got the same intention and motive when it comes to things like such as people protesting, or when it comes to things like such as voting, or just when it comes to just anything that pertains to making decisions or actually taking a stand. A lot of people act out of an ignorant mindset, and it just becomes a thing of people just be doing stuff for the hell of it because of the fact that that's just how their mind, that's where their minds are as far as in life when it comes to doing stuff. Like, some people just really don't care either way, and when you got all of this stuff happening, it's like, it does make the ones that are trying to have proactive change and stuff, because of the fact that it's just more of a thing of, you got people who truly, they just don't give a damn. How they deal with stuff is more of a really messed up way versus of how they should sit here and deal with it. So that was the point that I was making when it comes to the rise. It's not the fact that it's wrong that people saying shit. It's just the fact that you got people out here. What is your motive for sitting here and doing what you're doing? Are you out here doing stuff?
Basically, what you're saying is, even when we come together, it's still division amongst us, because we all not there for the same purpose.
Right.
Some people fight and fuck up shit. They don't give a damn about the cause.
But can I say one thing though? this is the thing. So we always talk about, and you hear, I don't know who in the comments said this, but somebody was like, black people can never come to agree on one thing. The problem is, of course, we can't agree on one thing because we all come from different places. First off, we were all split from. We didn't all come from Africa over to America. We got split over into the Caribbean. We got split over into South America. We got split over here, split over here. So there's automatically going to be a division between us automatically, which is what they wanted when they colonized our asses in the first place. So the thing is, we can't all just like the whole issue with like we need one leader to start this whole movement. No, we don't need one leader. We need a few leaders, and we need to back those leaders, and we need to work on accord at doing more than one thing at the same time.
Yes.
Doing one thing is not going to get things done. We have to do plenty. We have to do more than one thing at the same time to get results. You have people protesting, then you have people that are voting. You have people that are becoming lawyers to fix the system as much as they can to do fair trials and stuff like that. You have to do it from a more macro thought process of it instead of a micro process of it where we're all thinking of it as one thing. It needs to be multiple things at the same time. That's how we're going to fix shit.
It's funny because I just read something that D-Main had out there. He said, Lord, he said one of the YouTubers was out there robbing and tearing up shit. And then somebody asked, well, did his subscribers go down? Probably not.
But see, that's the thing. My thing is just know why. Just understand why you doing what you doing. Like, don't be doing stuff like, let me see him go down here to Atlanta and sit here and go and act up because I see all these folks out here acting up. Let me go and see and get a piece of this. I've been stuck in the house all damn year. I ain't had a chance to see. Let me go see and know why you doing what you're doing. When you see and go and vote, child, well, I'm going to sit here and vote for this person because I don't really like Trump and, this person black. And even though I ain't really researching, but I'm just going to go and sit here and vote for him because, it just seemed like the logical thing to sit here and do.
And then be careful, too, because, it's a double-edged sword. People who... I've seen it with my own eyes where people who, yes, you're right. Your rights are important and you should do this and you go and you do this for yourself. And as soon as they go and impose them, bitch, keep that bitch from moving. I don't want to do that. So you got to understand that with everybody going and vote, you're going to have some folks who's going to be voting against your ass too. But I still feel like everybody needs to get in there and get involved. Right. Just like we know the latest Ratchet song out there. We know how to do the latest, dance by who is it? What's our girl name? Meg Thee Stallion. We put it on TikTok. We learn about leadership in the world today. Learn about who's making decisions about your life.
And I'm gonna even take it a step further than that. We have technically from today, you have 30 days before they open up early voting. You have 30 days to figure out exactly who, what, when, and why these people are going up to do this. So get involved. That's the main thing. Get up off your do nothing and do something for yourself. If not for you, think about your damn children. Think about your nieces and nephews.
Hell, if you on food stamps, get up and vote so they don't take your food stamps away. I don't give a fuck.
They trying to take your food stamps. They trying to make sure that people that are sitting on food stamps, that they getting drug tested and everything. So again, when it happened to one minority, it's happening to all.
That's all
my thing is, so why every time voting season come around, it's always shit with these damn machines, these ballots, stuff not seeing going right, stuff off in the mail.
They got 4 years to fix.
But wait.
They do it on purpose.
But these apps that we on and these social media apps can do great things, right?
You can vote,
including stopping our pages and including YouTube. And I said it. I&J Eugene said it. So you don't strike.
We can't get these voting machines right, girl.
Right,
girl.
They're showing us. Girl. They're showing us with YouTube and the notification. Remember when everybody's notification, we kept having to re-go and re-put on the notification? They're showing us with YouTube because everybody's in YouTube. They're showing us through the notifications.
They showed us the power when they created Alexa, Google, Bixby, and motherfucking
But
Right.
here's the thing, Auntie.
They showed us the power then because they always listen under the guise of Alexa. Alexa don't turn off just because you said her name. How you think she
Right.
Because she's still
But
in.
this right, but this is the thing, Auntie. Everything is in a cloud. So if I cast my vote, you can't say my vote wasn't cast because just like pictures were leaked out of the cloud, you have a whole history. Now, keep going.
I
What
feel
about
like the reason
what about
they're-
medical fields that have all these issues with the database was breached?
Well, I'm just saying the reason why they're trying to keep it is because they know how vulnerable technology is. They know how the if you look at why they're having the issues and why he really don't want people voting the way they voting, it ain't if he felt like that it was gonna swing in his favor, he wouldn't be working this hard.
Yeah, he wouldn't be doing all
knows
that.
how the system is, and he knows how the system is vulnerable, and he knows how many people want his ass out. So he's pretty much telling us through his actions right now that the system is fraudulent, that it's not fraudulent, but that it's not protected.
But could it be that he's actually look?
Hey,
I support who I support, but this is just being realistic. He is a businessman. Could he has shown us through being the president? He got to be the president because he was a chairman of a publicly traded company, which he got to qualify him to be a president because it was a public office, right? That's how he got in office on and he got land in Islandson, right? So that's how he got into that place. Could he also be showing us how screwed up the system has been? Because he showed us how he got in to be the president with the system. The system showed us
him being the president this whole time has shown us how fucked up the system is. Absolutely.
Well, thank capitalism for that, girl.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's been very enlightening for me. I'm just saying. The pros and the cons. I'm like, well, damn.
I honestly don't know what a vote means no more because the Congress has been so offset for so long. Like if we get a Republican president, then we're gonna have Democratic House. You know what I'm saying? So these same people, I know the same people who voted in the Republican didn't vote in all these Democrats.
You know what the vote means for me, the baby? This is for me. The vote means that my mother, my grandmother, my father, my great-grandmother, my great-grandfather, who worked on B&O Railroad as an engineer and was born in 1892. My vote means that my great-grandfather's voice is being heard. I'm honoring their legacy. That for me.
But I think
let me correct that real quick, Savon. I didn't mean what does it mean as far as to us. I mean, what does it mean to them?
Right.
What does our vote mean to them?
Well, the electoral, how about we take a moment? What I think we need to do, and not necessarily us, but as a culture, is really break down the electoral college.
Now, there we go.
Well, if we were being properly taught about the electoral college and being taught about how us voting for certain delegates will make sure that the electoral college won't fuck us over that well. But see, we don't get taught about the electoral college. We only get taught about the presidential elections because that's the one with all the commercials. That's the one with all the fanfare.
Because in actuality, yeah, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
So we get distracted by all the fanfare, and we neglect all the local elections, which are the most important to people. And then we forget. Then we don't look at the all the delegates that we need to vote into the electoral colleges, which will actually help us when it comes to when we vote for the presidency, because we don't have to worry about people that we don't know voting against our interests of the whole community that we're trying to rebuild. That's why we have shit happening the way we have happening, because we ain't focusing on the delegates in the electoral college. And until the electoral college gets burnt the fuck down and the popular vote is what it should be, the popular vote, we ain't never gonna get what we're supposed to get.
Because the electoral college is actually those are the ones who cast the votes in which chooses who the president is, to be very honest.
Yeah,
So
that's what
my question becomes, why don't we, how do I say this?
Just say it.
We see the system is jacked, right? And seeing that a system is jacked, being business, we always look for the loophole. Okay, I got you right here, right? So we are seeing the loophole, which means we see the flaws in the system. If we see the flaws in the system as the citizens and the people in the system, isn't it our responsibility as citizens, voters, and I call myself a global citizen versus, I'm a global citizen, in that this system is jacked. We need a new system. This system ain't working.
The system isn't working, but however, it's working for certain people, and they have the privilege that they don't want to give up.
The system is kind of like bleach. It's built for whites and it destroys colors.
That's the reason why when Obama came into office and you see he kept trying to get shit done and get stuff passed, he could never get it done because even though he was president, but he still had people that was like, "Child, you may be president, but we gonna show your ass that bitch."
Yeah, Obama
running certain
So
shit.
I got a question about that. How is it?
But here's the thing. Here's what I wish. Hindsight is 2020, right? He tried to. What he did. He respected the process.
The democracy.
And it didn't get him anywhere, as far as it could have.
But let me ask this question, though.
What if he would have used his presidential power as much as our current?
Girl, he would have been impeached by then.
Hello.
Hold on, but hasn't this president went up for impeachment twice already?
Right.
And that shit happened. That's
Right.
the point. That's what I'm talking about. These are the things that President Trump has taught me.
But that is because of one key thing, Auntie. What key thing is that keeps getting this president out of that? He has diplomatic immunity. In the law, we got to read the law. He has diplomatic immunity and he has control.
I feel like it's deeper than that.
It is. It's much deeper.
If the impeachment, if he was actually impeached, the message sent to all would have been devastating. It would have destroyed so much. He's in the office because to them, they feel like it's about the greater good that feeds their need. Because
why do you think? I'm sorry. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's your question?
Why do you think that Trump kept asking for the whistleblower? Is anybody here familiar with masonry?
Yes.
Do you know that everybody in there is in that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been a death. That would have been a death sentence. That's why he kept asking for the whistleblower.
Thank you, sir.
Elaborate on that.
Oh, I'm scared too.
Was this when the person that when it was talking about impeaching him, he wanted to know who the hell it was that was doing all the goddamn talking?
Well, because everybody in there is in that clan, known as the Masons, and that thing is supposed to be like airtight. It's supposed to be. So that's really amongst them. I can't say a lot, but amongst them, that is like a death sentence. That is a death sentence in their eyes, and a lot of people have disappeared going against that.
Look at he ain't never told no lie because we could go through the death toll. I'm gonna leave that there.
Talk about how we had the KKK being all all present and all doing all the extra stuff in the public, and now it's going into the court system. So it just transitioned into the law system.
So we're gonna take a break. Y'all are getting deep. We'll be right back, y'all. Wow, this is a deep conversation. Thank y'all for taking out the time to be here with me tonight. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Wow. Okay. The floor is still y'all. I'm here. I'm here for it. Y'all are talking about stuff that I'm actually learning, so I'm here for
Well,
it.
all I was saying before we took a break was that the KKK was always, burning shit on people's lawns and shit like that, all out and proud and doing all the other stuff. But once certain laws were changed and we took Jim Crow away and segregation fell to the wayside, you saw a lot of people not taking those claws out and stop being as present, and they turned into just the law system. So they took all that cloth off and put themselves into these leadership positions until they would gain even more power. And that's what's been happening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say grand more power.
It's not overt, it's covert. So that's how they get away with a lot of the shit that they get away with, because it's covert.
I got a question though. Right? When we were in school, we had the Pledge of Allegiance and different things that taught us as children about who our government persons were. We got taught about the local elections in elementary school. Of course, I did go to school in Minnesota, but we got taught about those things, right? Do you think that the lacking education or education pulling those things out of the school system has something to do with the election and then going to the KKK thing?
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
If you think about it, if you remove certain things and wait long enough, it becomes as though it wasn't.
Right.
Say that again, please. Oh, that's a message.
If you remove certain things out after a certain time, it becomes as though it wasn't. How history start repeating itself.
And Auntie, can we speak about how they're trying to act like they're in the history books, even trying to rewrite some of the things that happened to the mainstay people like Harriet Tubman and all this other stuff? They're trying to take out facts and reword it to make it seem less horrific than it actually was.
They are, and they're leaning on the fact that people feel like school, it's your job, it's the teacher's job to teach them all this in school. And as parents, I'm not a parent, but as parents, they're removing themselves from these discussions. So it's easy for history to get blurred.
Absolutely.
And
don't nobody want to talk about nothing. I want to protect them and maintain their innocence. No, these babies need to know how fucked up it is out there so they can be prepared for it. Just like our parents taught us about how fucked up it was out there so we could be prepared for it.
And then we can also talk about how we continuously are living on non-livable wages, and that's the reason why parents are not at home with their kids as much to even do their homework with their kids, to even teach them this valuable stuff that they need. So it's all a system that goes round and round and round and round and round. Some people get out of it because they get, that specific job and their business is booming, so they can put their kids in certain environments where they can fix it. But we're mostly essential workers. So essentially, like during this time, we're all working. Like me, I had to work continuously. The place I work at ain't closed down at all, girl. I'm continuously working, and just to get enough money just to get enough money to even try to get an apartment, which I probably won't get, because there's even stuff with that when you're an African American person trying to get laws and then add the LGBT part to it. They have stuff against that. So it all is a system that goes round and round.
Your biggest thing, niece, is a little bit of that, but your biggest problem is where you live. You need to come to Tennessee and work that same job, baby. You can get you an apartment, you can have money left over, and they ain't gonna give a damn about you being no dick sucker, honey. They ain't gonna care.
Baby, Tennessee
it's so high in New Jersey and New York. You can't. No one person can do it unless they're making it's hard. You can hardly do it with 6 figures up there. Hardly.
Yeah. Silent. Guess how much Carol's Burger King in Murfreesboro, Georgia, was paying their store manager?
$10 an hour.
$100K.
But
What the fuck you mean, the store manager? The local store manager was making $100K.
Look at Carol's. Look at Carol's. Carol's that just bought out all those Burger Kings. Well, I don't know if you want to go to Burger King right now because Burger King, you know, they going through a little devastation. You know, so no, that ain't Burger King. That's Dunkin' Donuts. They losing 800 stores. But
Donuts, they start freezing them donuts and trying to, you know,
right. But no, like literally, the Carols down there in Tennessee in management, they pay their managers well, honey. With insurance benefits package, like every 6 months. You get some type of.
I'm trying to go back to Burger King. I worked there when I was in high school. I worked at Burger King's from 9th grade up until I graduated. And I'm not doing that shit. And it wasn't Carol's then. It was another franchise, the name of it. I mean, and they paid us well for those times, even as, you know, regular employees. But girl, I'm not fucking with no Whoppers.
Right.
When times get hard, auntie, I know where to go.
Oh, when times get hard, baby, would you like mayonnaise and ketchup? Right. Okay, great. Absolutely. Would you like to upsize it to some fries, large fry, and drink? Okay, great. Oh, I'm gonna go back to it because I'm not stupid. I ain't that far wrong. I do whatever I do.
Back to me so quick. After all these years, I beat it for like 2 days. Don't talk about me. I wanted to know, honestly. You know.
You did what for 2 days?
I moved at some point to Tennessee not too long ago. Few years ago, right?
You could just miss it. We can talk about that directly because I want to hear that story.
Yeah.
Because I want the thing. I want the unedited version.
Right. Exactly. Now back to Xylent. I'm kind of controversial when it comes to the KKK.
What are Cheetos at?
Don't they look good?
No.
The reason,
right? What are Cheetos?
The reason I say the reason I'm controversial on that is based on, again, the system, the government. We have, I think, somewhere about 15,000 different reformations or religious organizations. So you cannot, because America is the home of the free, you cannot take somebody's religious freedoms away from them. Now, when it starts to harm or affect other people in hate, that is totally different. But as a whole, the organization supposedly stands for purity.
Now, right? But Eugene, the thing is, that's all well and good. However, how many loopholes have they found to do other stuff before? So that might be well and true, but they'll find any loophole to do whatever they feel like doing. And we've seen it.
So what is the difference in us as more melon people and less melon people in different organizations? Or, you know, what is the difference in us finding a loophole? Right? Or us getting upset and saying, you took this in your loophole and we saw you in this loophole and we're going to face you face to face and say, we're tired of you taking loopholes because there is a loophole. Fuck that. No, this is the way it's going to go, period. Like, it kind of, that's why I say I'm very controversial about religions. Because we, as Americans, we have the right to choose our religious choice. That's the right of an American citizen. That would be like me as a United Fellowship presiding bishop. That would be like me saying that, okay, we're all going to go and we're going to block, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever, right? I then become part of the problem and not the solution. But how many organizations trickle down under there and do their own thing, regardless. If I say purity, right? If I say I just want all purity as a leader, and those people under my leadership take that in however they take it and don't have a clear understanding. So we need to get a clear understanding in a lot of cases of a lot of things, right? So when you don't have clarity, you do a lot of different things. You see a lot of different things in the same church. The pastor could say one thing. That one thing could be give, right? Some people gonna give in spirit. Some people gonna give in truth. Some people gonna give in money, but they're going to give.
All righty. Well, we're going to move on from this conversation right here. Child, Eugene be coming in with the facts, baby. You better come on and just add the kids out. They don't be understanding how deep you be getting into it. I do want to talk about something else that is a little bit, I really need y'all's, what is the word I'm looking for? Commentary about this. How do y'all feel about this? I think Savon's got it pulled up on her screen, and we're gonna talk about this.
Savon.
Oh, bitch! Ah!
I'm gonna be good night.
Girl,
You know what my question is? My question is, if they reuse them without sanitizing them and there's still semen in them that has not hit the air, can that semen impregnate someone?
Girl, first of all,
how do you reuse a
Them
condom?
little small ass condoms ain't gonna hurt no.
It was a joke.
Oh, did you?
It was a joke, right? You did it. No, that was serious?
That's serious.
No, that's serious.
No, I thought that was like she come in with the little.
That's
Say
No,
what?
it's serious. It's serious.
No, the
My
police. This
dick
happened in
itching.
Vietnam. This happened in Vietnam.
What in the nasty?
Vietnam, yes, and it was a 31 or 32-year-old woman who was running the operation. She actually said that she get a couple thousand condoms, used condoms, a month, and she goes through the operation of cleaning, sanitizing, reforming, and repackaging them to sell. Now they didn't find labels, they didn't find wrappers or anything like that to figure out what brand these used condoms was being distributed and sold under, but they just caught her doing it, so it'll tell them how long it's been going on. But yeah, it was in Vietnam.
But isn't that? I mean, based on what you said, she cleaned da 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 da.
That's what she said, but it was a legal operation. She didn't have a license to do it. It was nothing.
Oh.
And the CDC strongly advises
Body fluid.
not even for you to reuse your own condom.
Not reusing. My question is and this is a serious question. Serious, I'm being serious.
Sometimes to reuse a condom is just like reusing a latex glove. Let's be honest. Recycling is the way to go. So I mean, if
that
you
was my
get
question.
more than one so if you can get more than, if she done figured out how to get more than one use out of it,
You want somebody else
not gonna do.
But no, seriously.
They ain't in me. They on him.
But listen,
No, but seriously, when you recycle your plastic, right? When you recycle, and I'm serious, when you recycle your plastic, don't you put all your plastic like a rubber is plastic? So
But
wouldn't
you
it
flush that.
actually?
You don't take it.
It's latex. It's latex. It's latex.
And I'm not fucking nobody with Rubbermaid, and you don't want to got them on nasty ass ramen noodles and then pull that damn pot out like you was in there doing some serious cooking.
Right.
Y'all judging. Y'all are totally judging.
Ramen noodles.
Listen, man.
Savon, I can't believe you is judging the way you are. Now you got your little cute little hair on and your glasses on. Now you think you're better than everybody. Don't want to reuse condoms. That tells me a lot about you. That tells me a lot about you.
It's true, girl. I'm not gonna eat them ramen noodles.
Jasmine, get
Is it a
Savon,
cut
cause
flavor?
Savon over there acting better than.
But
Now I'm
listen,
sitting here trying to get my household in, trying to keep a connection and go in and out with y'all, and I come back to this foolery.
but
This is what we
listen.
I
coming
mean,
back to.
yes,
Wait,
because I feel like
wait till tomorrow when Jay Renee hair is finished, her sewing is done, and then watch her come in acting better than him.
Right.
She's like,
I
bitch,
just
my
want
head
to know
is
something.
pressed. I don't know why y'all hoes and bitch, are you eating? But no, I'm just saying he came in with that. I mean, he was giving us gourmet teas. I said he's gonna cook something, and then I saw these goddamn dry ass.
You know he ain't got no
y'all
salt
know
Oh,
he
in
can't
it
cook.
and it looked like they ain't got no seasoning on them.
No,
Like they
at
look
all.
like
None.
what kind
did
of
you even
Roman
put a little
numbers them
packet
is?
in?
Them Roman numbers. Them Roman numbers. Them it is.
Did
That's the one that
you put
that's
the packet in?
in the one that came in the packet. I put the packet on top of stuff and I stirred it up.
I just want to know
Even
something.
in
Like
college,
I said,
Listen, baby,
What flavor?
what
Cause I
is
didn't
that? The
want water.
chicken or the beef?
It's
They what?
it's the chicken.
good
Chicken.
night. Goodbye.
It's the chicken. But I pour whenever I cook them, I pour a little of the powder in a pot, and then I pour the rest of the 2 packets. Cause these are 2 packs. I pour the rest of the 2 packets into this right here, and I just stir it up, and then some little liquid in the bottom.
He
Cause
just
I
gave
don't like a lot of
Mhm.
I don't like a lot of salt. So this is my way of doing it so it won't be so salt so I can tolerate it.
Anybody ever been locked up?
But I eat them
right.
because it's the only thing that helped me gain weight.
Well, you need to put some Cheetos in them.
And some
No,
cheese.
I don't think it's a condom shortage. I don't understand why she doing it.
I
Hold
don't.
on, but didn't they have a condom back in the day that you can reuse, like way back in doing our great grandparents' day that you reuse like a
I don't even think they
reusable?
had condoms in our great grandparents'
Right.
day.
They ain't had
That's
condoms.
why they all
But it
had
was called something.
Yes, they did. My grandmama invented them.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It was like something that you put in
I'm good
the
night. Good
thing and you
night.
can wash and you can wash it. No, you can wash it for real.
No, you talking about a diaphragm. A diaphragm is not a condom.
Oh,
That goes inside the coochie.
Exactly. So if you got one of those, and I'm sure you probably don't, but if you do,
And I do.
you not you, the other person.
Oh,
Oh, bitch. We done learned some shit. The rubber vulcanization process was invented by Charles Goodyear in 1839.
Cut it out.
I told you my grandmama invented it, and you ain't believe me.
Your grandmama couldn't have invented those unless you mean great grandmama?
No, my grandmama. You don't know who she is, baby. Don't judge my family for outliving everybody else.
Oh, because she lived
Moses was my
200
great
plus
granddaddy.
years. I know her secret. And look,
Moses was.
y'all,
You
you
don't
said
know her
Moses
secret,
was your man.
Savon.
You said
My
Moses
great
was your
granddaddy. My great granddaddy. That was my grandmama
baby, y'all
daddy.
are roasting. Baby, y'all are roasting me in these comments.
girl, and I wish y'all would have saw this condom. It was some panties with a dick thing in the front of it.
oh,
What?
Yeah,
With a
my
dick
grandmama
hole?
invented that. My grandmama
You
invented
talking about a dick pouch? What is it? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
My
dick out.
grandmama invented that. My grandmama invented that.
You know what,
Yeah.
Jay Renee? I'm not.
Big up to my grandmama.
Right. I ain't cool with
Mimo,
that,
you
man.
did that,
I don't
Mimo.
know.
She
Wait a
just
minute, you
died
cool
last
dead,
year. We had
Mimi.
her funeral. She
This
just
is what
died last year. We had her funeral
she just died last year.
last year. She lived a long time, a long
A long time.
life. You should have
I'm
seen her
gonna drop this.
fingernails.
Okay, well, I really truly can't. I just can't.
Jazz,
Jasmine, there's a link if you want to show them the
what is you back there eating, baby? Whatever you eating, you is making me hungry.
them ramen noodles are making me hungry.
You know she
Believe
ain't hungry
in
because of what Mr. 68 eating,
Oh,
girl.
I want some.
believe in that,
I
boy.
want
He
so
making a
bad.
commercial right
Yeah, give
now.
me a little thing.
Girl, you need to sit his
you
ass
can have
down.
some.
Y'all, Charles Goodyear in the 1800s. So there was no reason why all them folks were having them babies back in the day. Them condoms been around since
You
1850.
look like a damn herbivore trying to eat meat.
Oh, silent.
What? That's how he was eating it.
They had animal
That's how he was
intestine
eating it.
condoms.
Like he ain't never had
They
food.
used to make it out of intestines. They used to make condoms out of intestines.
Animal intestines.
Mhm.
I don't know.
That's why them hoes wasn't using it. Nobody wants that inside of them.
Well, girl, they put. Never mind. Let me shut up.
And
My
sometimes
dick
they used
is
to take you.
My dingle ain't
on
itchy
it.
from watching all that stuff.
That's
Do
why
they got regular size condoms in Vietnam though? Like, do they got like the small?
You know they were only the small ones over there in Vietnam. You know they weren't
Yeah.
carrying no weight over there. That's why she was able to clean them and reuse them because they
Y'all know
weren't stretched
right.
out.
Y'all know Joe ain't right.
She thinking they wouldn't stress out.
No, they weren't stretched out. They couldn't do nothing. Them things
So
weren't working with nothing.
for those of y'all who have went to the free clinic to get condoms, and you wonder why you still had a child, and the child looked like little Maylene, you know why.
Right.
You are so low
That's
down.
disgusting,
Right.
though. I don't care how much
Yeah.
sanitizing you do. Ain't no condom finna get clean like that.
Girl, just throw down and buy another one, girl. I don't care.
Semen is a strong, powerful substance.
Look how little they were.
Yeah, them ones is super small though. I think.
Them look like
Yeah.
them finger condoms.
Right.
So the one thing that we learned today is that Magnum is safe. They weren't
Yeah.
Magnum.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to sleep. Good night.
Why you think I eat the ice cream?
Bambi, shut up, Bambi. So damn still.
Right, he don't do that at all, baby. He eat like a damn herbivore. That's what I told you.
So we got one more thing. We're
Two
gonna get
packs
ready
of
to
noodles
go.
in there. I'm about to say that you still eating. That first pack would have been gone. I'm like, God damn, I feel like you've been eating them noodles for a minute.
Ain't it?
Y'all, I cooked 2 packs.
Jay Renee had called me before she got on, and she was asking me. She thought she thought it was over. That's what I was on with. I didn't even know she was coming in here.
Jay Renee been on off and backwards and forth, but her internet
Right.
connection jacking her up.
Yeah, she was coming in with a clue
Wow,
that
wow.
time.
So our last thing that we're gonna talk about tonight, y'all, is Lisa Ray admits to dating a bisexual man in Hollywood.
I don't
Sure. I mean,
understand.
girl, first of all, you and everybody else. You ain't the first one. I'm glad you admitting to your truth, but hey, they all
I forgot that her and the Brad are sisters. I kept forgetting.
Her and who?
The Brad.
So,
That her and the Brad are sisters.
Mommy, you want me to get some context to where this is all coming from?
Xylan is going to be breaking this one for us, so we can direct our questions to Xylan because I don't know a whole bunch about it. Hey, cousin Faith.
I want to say Nia Long was her sister, right?
Nia Long was dating somebody too?
Nia Long was her sister. I thought. Wait, Nia Long.
No, the
Brat is, and Raven Samore is her baby sister.
Raven who?
Raven Samore.
Simone is who?
Yeah, it's Lisa Ray's baby sister.
Girl, I don't think that's right.
I ain't never heard that before.
Lisa Ray is the Brat sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Ray is Brat. So
She tied in that no way.
Samora is
Nia Long.
Samore. It's a more.
Nia Long sister is Samore. Yeah, Samore is Nia Long's sister. That's what I was thinking. You're right.
Which is so funny because they so opposite.
They are so opposite. Yep.
Right.
They all opposite.
I don't think they got the same mama. I think they got the same daddy.
Well, this is where this all comes from. So I don't know if you guys knew about this, but Tamron Hall, when she started her second season of her show, she had Andrew Gillum on. That was her first interview. Okay. Now, we all know about Andrew Gillum. He was found in his own throw up naked.
We do.
With the white man girl.
With the
white gays.
She make my head.
So they found him in and all that. So he's been gone since the pandemic happened. So this is his first interview, and his wife was also with him. So what happened in this interview? So I'm just going to give y'all a Cliff Notes version. Y'all can go to Tamron Hall's show on YouTube to look at the interview to get more of a basis for yourself.
He talked about him being bisexual.
Yeah, so he talked about himself being bisexual, and before y'all ask, his wife already knew he was bisexual before they got married.
She did.
So this is what happened. So again, all the biphobia came out about that because people were like, "Oh my God, he cheated on his wife," and
right. I knew she knew. She gave me very much like she knew.
Yeah, so
Tasha K was on Larry Live earlier. So she said that the guy that was having sex with him apparently is going to be calling her to give up more tea because he's been doing that, all of the drugs and
well,
everything.
Tasha K does fake news, so we don't want to hear about her ass got the same way.
Well, some of the news don't be fake.
But
Well, it was eyeshadow for me.
girl, anyway, going to what Lisa Ray was talking about her bullshit on here. So she was.
He didn't have no eyeshadow.
Who had eyeshadow?
That man had on eyeshadow. Y'all didn't see that very
No, he had on
red.
discolored. He had on discolored foundation.
He did. His foundation was very funeral. But go ahead,
Oh,
Andrew. When he did that interview with
Cameron.
Tamron, I was like, girl, his foundation is not matching. But go ahead.
That was the funeral home. That was that funeral home foundation, child.
It was very much casket. But go ahead, Silent.
Yo, stupid. I hate you so bad.
Did you say very much?
It was
Right.
very
I
much
hate her.
Girl,
She gets
that's what he was about to be, because he was about to be casket ready.
So, speaking on the Lisa, so that's the Cliff Notes version of what happened with the Tamron interview. So, all this is stemming from that. They were talking about this on Cocktails with Queens. It's a web series with Claudia Jordan and Selena Johnson, Vivica Fox, and Lisa Ray.
Well, Vivica did need something to do with her time.
Oh,
what?
Long time.
See, I can't. Good night. Anyway, continuing on.
What was her last movie? Anybody know? Besides that, the washed up strippers that she had on the TV show.
First of all, we're not going to do Vivica, honey. She does do a lot of movies behind the scenes, girl, that never make it to the screen.
She does a lot of producing too.
Don't make it to the screen, so just because they haven't made it to the screen.
Jazz, do you have the video that I sent you?
She actually does a lot
I
of.
don't have it. Let me see if I can get it.
One thing about Vivica, she's consistently working.
She's got a lot of. She's been doing producing, and she's got a strong wig collection.
Yeah, she does. So just the Cliff Notes version of what happened. So, with Jazz, she believes that she was dating somebody that was a bisexual man.
Oh, she also withdrew from. Go ahead, Zylan. I'm listening. I'll give you more on Vivica in a minute.
Mm-hmm. So Lisa Ray said that. Excuse me. She said that she suspects that she was with a bisexual man in her past, and then they kept talking. They kept on talking about it as a conversation.
Ooh, Vivica
and Claudia were like, "Yeah, we were really surprised that you were with him."
I saw that episode.
Pretty much saying that, "Oh yeah, girl, we already knew that he was with them. That he was a little sweet." Pretty much, right?
Well, you know the girls. Go ahead.
So on this episode, continuing on, she said even worse stuff like calling all bisexual men to be outed, pretty much on this dead one, and kept on going and going and going throughout the episode. But I want to see if Jasmine has the clip so we can play the clip.
Is it from another YouTube channel?
It's the YouTube link I sent in the private.
Or was it so? And as long as you're talking and commenting about it.
Because last time I got hit and then they took the whole video down.
Oh, okay. Okay, don't do that then. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not doing.
Never mind, girl.
The clip notes work.
I'll try to do the link where they can do they can go, look for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, why does this kept the guy that they were talking about? I'm not sure which guy that they were talking about, but why does this kept? Vivica has dated bisexual men too, so I'm not understanding what all the
50 Cent the Queen is.
Who are they talking about?
I mean, how many years has she called him
gay? Who they're talking about, but they just alluded to it. You know how they be doing. You know how. Never mind. I hate to say.
I hate
how the straight girls be doing shit like that.
I hate when the girls use that as a read because you're mad at your dude. Now, if you have proof that he's been with a man or that he has tendencies or this and that, don't be using. It's like you for the girls because they be so. I be advocating for the LGBT this and that, and then as soon as you mad at your ex or your nigga or whoever, oh he was gay, he
Yep.
this, he
Yep.
that, he a queen, he a sissy. Oh this nigga like fingers in his butt. This and that. I don't want to hear all of that. Like, girl, either you're for the gays or not. Is it
It wasn't a
you're
problem.
using being gay as a weapon, and that's not cute.
And it wasn't a problem when you was with him.
Because
So
you
why is it a problem?
quiet as this kept, whatever he liked, you had how many? Oh, put a finger in my butt. Your ass was how many?
But this is one of McCoy's statements. You know what? I just think it's so unfortunate because when you get busted, you know, and then you're just forced to come on out with it, and then it's almost like he could have pleaded the fifth still. That's what McCoy said. She kept on going. Then she said, then she suggested he's not really bisexual. He's actually gay. She continued on. Now he's got to come on out and say, well, you know what? I'm not completely gay. I'm just bi. She said promptly, and then the other woman started laughing at that point.
Are you talking about the guy that Lisa was saying was gay, or the guy that she was saying about Andrew?
No, she was talking about Andrew on that point. That's right before she started talking about the guy supposedly that was gay after
the one that she dated.
Together. Yeah, the one that she dated after and found out that supposedly he was gay the whole time, bisexual the whole time.
Well, I think they were having a conversation as well about you know, gay guys in the industry and beards and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were talking about that as well.
Yeah.
I wish we could play the video so we could, talk about it, how we can talk about it. But however, I ain't trying to get my mama's channel shut down, so we ain't gonna do that.
Well, I still feel like that he was talking around in circles about the story on how he ended up in a hotel room in the first place anyway.
Sure, I don't care about
Why
that.
was you holding your eyes and mouth like that?
Right, because he was acting like a herbivore eating those damn noodles.
Some uncooked, unseasoned noodles that wasn't broken down or drained.
Well, you know what? How about it ain't your throat, baby? Let's talk about what you put in your
Okay, so
throat.
what we're not gonna do is
What I put in my throat is seasoned and cooked well done, boo.
So before we get ready to get out of here, and I open it up completely. This is I was on the phone with somebody today, and me having the conversation that I was having with Savon.
I'm just
a couple of people was taking and a couple of people said that I have some of the some crazy looks. So
you do.
Shut up. So what I post is this. I'm giving everybody a week to submit their picture or pictures. And the best one that everybody votes upon, I'm giving y'all till next Sunday to do it. But the stipulation is that you got to tell me what video it came from so I can go back and verify it, because I do y'all say that I do so much, and I think I got something special I'm gonna take and do.
Well, I can't show my video because I made it
I'm gonna be able to see it.
Hey, Shayla.
Hi.
I can't show my video. I made it private.
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh snap!
Hey,
Okay,
you better have
all
your
right.
swapped over to the side.
Turn it on.
Yeah, because Shayla done got it before.
That's real.
All right now.
That's cute.
That was cute, Shayla.
I told y'all she trying to be in the next ball commercial.
Right. I can't do that color now because Shayla got it.
Ooh.
Now I gotta get another color to do.
Hold on, you know I'm colorblind though, for real. Is it silver or blonde? Because if it's gray, I love gray.
It's platinum.
You put that lighter down. That's what you do. For you set something on fire.
So anybody else got anything to talk about? Because it's 2 hours in, and I got work tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to see him comment on what you call it when it came to that Andrew Gilliam and that bullshit interview that Tamara Hall did, because nobody else want to see him take the bait and see him do it.
Okay.
What interview?
Bitch.
He did an interview on Tamron Hall show about the whole situation that happened with him in the hotel. It happened. It was like a week or so ago.
He came out as
And
bisexual.
he came out as bisexual. And then Lisa Ray was talking about how all the bisexual men need to be busted and be outed and all this other shit.
I don't remember her saying that. Are you sure that's what you said?
Yeah, that's what it says right here. I watched it.
I watched it too, but I don't remember her saying that.
Oh, Shayla, honey.
Okay, I'm turned on. I hope I don't sound like a pervert, but I'm turned on.
I had to look up and I was like, y'all kept saying Shayla, and I was like, where? And I looked in, I was like,
Put it back, Jazz. Put it back. Put it back.
Taylon was like, girl, who was that in Shayla's house? Shayla got a stranger in her house.
Yeah, come on.
That man's eating.
I can't.
I told you your hair was long,
Look at this.
You got
Hold on, look
feathers and
inside.
shit. You got feathers and shit. I told you it was long.
Yes, we gonna put Shayla on a dating app, honey.
Oh my God, I love it. That looks so
So
goddamn
I have a question for those that want to dye their hair and stuff. Do you have to when you have a color
You
that
don't dye hair. You color
your
hair.
hair.
You don't dye hair. You color hair.
You
I'm
color
sorry.
it.
I'm
You ain't
sorry,
learned nothing
damn.
from Savon over all this damn time.
Nope.
Well, at what point do you have to keep redoing whatever y'all just said?
Recoloring it?
Yeah.
When your roots show.
Move.
Right.
But does that like damage
That's
your
common
roots and
sense.
stuff when you keep doing it? When you have to keep doing it? Because I'm
It's a
Not if
process.
it's done correctly.
It's a process.
So do you start from the bottom?
So you're still processing your hair.
This
You're not
started
putting-
at this
You're
started
not
at 2
putting the
p.m.
color.
It started at
If
2
you're
p.m.
bleaching the hair, you're not putting you're not putting all of that on your hair that's already
It
colored.
takes
You're
forever
putting
to
it
get
on
that
there.
color.
It's
You
not
gotta
colored.
lift it and level safely.
So how long?
'Cause I had
It started at 2 p.m. and when did you finish?
I just left the shop about 15 minutes ago.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
If you want to do it safely, that's how you got to do it, so that you don't blow that damn cuticle out and damage it.
Right.
In stages, and you let it. It's a process, and you got to trust it. That's why a lot of people be charging all that money, because bitch, they working on your head for hours.
Yeah.
Well, the longer
when
your
I
hair,
got
the
my
longer
hair-
it takes.
Because when I got my hair color blue, I had to wait for it to get to like a blonde color first. Wait a
They
couple,
bleach it
like
first.
wait a couple hours with the bleach in my hair still, and then then my cousin had to add the color, and then I still had to wait because then she was going to add more color in before it completely got to the root of my hair. So it took forever.
Mm-hmm.
But they did
Come
a
on,
good
beautiful
job.
one.
Whoever did it, they did a really good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's all right, child. We ain't gonna blow her head up.
Don't
It's all
hate.
See, and that's what they
Right.
meant by what you be doing.
Right, because she doing it again. You know she do her faces all the time. She can't help it.
That is cute though. Turn to the side again one more time, Shayla.
Child.
The other side. Yeah, right
The
there.
side that's
Yeah,
cropped
come
over, girl.
on, come on through.
That is sick, baby. That
And
is
then they got it. They got
okay.
it blend. Oh my goodness, look at it.
And then
Babe,
she
look
got
at
the
that
curl
back.
sack in the back. You better come on.
Okay,
Now, how
got
you
the
gonna
curl.
Are
sleep?
those the
I don't
Marcel
know. I
curls,
want to see.
girl?
You gonna sleep
I
like
want to
this?
see on Sunday. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Are
saying?
those the Marcel curls?
They is, goddamn it.
That part.
I can't stand you.
So hold on, wait a minute. So hold on, because I'm interested in learning. So do they use like a really tight curl for the ones that are like right here?
Girl, is this hair school?
We used to call them A curlers, is what we used to call them back in the day, because they are small curlers that you go around and do that. And Shayla got good hair, so I don't know why she tripping. It ain't hard to
I'm
straighten.
scared to get burnt. It's like having them damn
It
things.
ain't hard to straighten. You know what you're doing, baby. You can use them the smallest flat irons. You can straighten it right on now.
Girl, Shayla trying to be Storm.
Baby, she is.
Oh, that'll be cute.
It's a cute cut though.
Girl, you better get online and order your bodysuit now, honey.
All she needs is a biker outfit. Then she'll be
I'm trying to figure out how
costume
she gonna
girl.
sleep because Shayla sleep wild. I'm trying to figure out how she gonna sleep.
Listen, I was given specific directions. I have
And
to
she's
use
gonna
my
have
neck roll.
She's gonna have to
A
tap
neck
this
pillow.
part down. around here. And if she pin curl the sides, that'll hold too. You know, Shayla know how to do hair, y'all. Don't do. She know how to maintain. She knows how to do hair. I've sit and watched her do her hair. I just want to see what she look like on Sunday after she done had some malt vodka.
Ooh.
You better tie that scarf around and sleep like this.
And it's still natural, so I'm trying not to do too much activity so I don't sweat it out.
Right.
You waited a good time. It's
You
cool.
better make sure your AC on.
Time to do it.
Yeah.
He hooked your ass up, bitch. I am so proud, bitch. It looks so damn good. How do you feel?
You know, I cried after I got it done.
Come on.
Because you loved it so much?
Oh, that's so sweet.
When I say this is completely out the box for me.
Why?
But
it looks good
I
on
don't
you.
do stuff like this. No, step one was cutting all my hair off. I had never cut all my hair off like that before.
It looks perfectly natural. It looks like it's just like bitch.
Right, it
See,
looks
but when
good
you,
for you though.
Shayla, when you start face girl, you can do versatile looks, honey. So it's no tea, girl.
Right.
Now
We done told you this already.
That back though is sickening though. That back of that hair.
You stay off of Shayla back. That's what you
Right.
do.
You got a whole man, girl. Leave her alone.
not stay off her back.
Have you showed it to your man?
Here he go.
What? I didn't even say anybody's name. I just said
Anyway, what was y'all talking about?
Did you
This
just hear her say?
hair.
Online, you know
Just hear her say that her hair is natural, child. No, she ain't showed it to no man.
and you know she don't talk about her man on live. That's all backstage.
I just ain't tell the man seeing what he said.
Is her hair still done? Then no, she haven't showed it to her man. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, Jasmine, what was y'all talking about, girl? Because this ain't about me.
Girl, no, she didn't put a picture.
Reuse condoms.
I hate her so bad. He was nothing but that.
I'm so bad at this bitch.
Lisa Ray
And we were talking about that whore.
and Brianna Panner.
Oh. And y'all talk about how it's the exact same date. It's the exact same date as Emmett Till.
Yes. Ain't that sad?
That's so sad. Yeah, September 23rd, 1955 is the day that Emmett Till's killers got off.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
On my birthday, bitch?
Yeah, girl.
I'm sorry, boo.
Child.
Well, I guess that's the reason why you be getting so mad sometimes, Savon.
Oh,
Everything happens in September, so.
I didn't mean to make you sad.
And then that bitch, when she died, told the truth that she was lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lied. And that baby lost his damn life. I'm still angry about that. That's some bullshit.
Yep.
She lied and knew damn well and didn't say shit. This is why y'all hoes gotta know who y'all voting for.
Right.
Yep.
And vote in your damn local elections, everyone. Vote in your local elections, not just the president.
Yeah.
What you mean, Chad?
Okay, let me explain something about our local elections. Like, our mayor is a well-known alcoholic.
Oh
well.
So they let him through. One of the judges that we have down there that's doing cases, like murder cases, has had 3 DUIs and still has a job.
I'm not surprised.
I don't vote for nobody in this city. And it's not that I don't have no hope that it will get better. I just don't have no hope because y'all ain't showed me better. That's just how I feel. And I don't think it's going to get any better. If y'all not doing nothing to the people that's sitting at the top, it's all hell down here.
So are they not required to do the same things when regular people have DUIs? As far as like paying back all their money and going to the counseling or whatever that thing is they have to go through?
Obviously not, because the judge that has the DUIs, the only thing they wanted her to do was to apologize to the police officers for cursing at them.
The fuck?
Because I know they changed the DUI policy for the military, so I'm not sure if it's for the same government Because if you back in the day, if you used to get a DUI in the military, they were kicking you out. So they changed it to where if you get, I think, more than one or however, then you would go to this class. You have to pay this money back. I think they suspend your license or something. All of that. So I'm not sure if it was for the full government or just the military. That's all I was asking that.
Sad part, Shayla, is that I'm not surprised that's happening.
I ain't either, honestly, because it's happened so much. Like, I can't wait to see who our next mayor is. I'm so excited. He might be a rapist.
Oh,
Well,
well.
And this is how shit like that happened in Louisville, Kentucky with Breonna.
yep.
Real talk.
Let so much shit slide with the people that sit there.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
That stupid bitch suspended my license too. Oh,
She feels away.
That's really why she's mad.
She feels away. Yeah.
Right. She like, bitch, you going to suspend my damn license, but you getting all this shit that I
That
can't.
part. Whore.
Not whore.
That part, honey.
It's all right, Shayla. All you gotta do is call Storm to her ass.
Oh, I know where that hoe live at.
Put a whirlwind over her
Oh,
house.
girl, we about to be incriminated by y'all.
I know nothing about it.
Oh my god.
Allegedly.
That ain't no secret though. Everybody know where she live at. It was on TV. They followed that hoe home from the casino. She was drunk as hell.
Girl, Shayla, just turn your eyes white, girl, and cause a storm, girl.
Girl,
Okay, so
I couldn't even get that out fast enough. I almost spit all my drink out my mouth.
Shayla, you gotta be like, Shayla, next time you go outside, you gotta be like, hear us.
Uh-uh.
my God, today.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that Diva won. I learned something new.
Look, let me find out that's really why she changed her hair color.
I done told you that's why she got it. She want to be
You know
Storm
what?
for Halloween.
Y'all some shady queens. For
I'm gonna
real.
give me some blue contacts. Yeah.
Right. That's what she gotta do, girl.
Jesus. So we're gonna get ready to wrap this up, y'all. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Mr. 6'8", I know you're not really current on doing anything, but go ahead and tell them where to find you.
Ooh,
The
not
shade of it,
really
though.
current on doing anything.
The shade.
You can find me somewhere.
You can find him in his office with his ramen noodles, honey, giving you everything, how to cook. And he had the nerve to come in his office with that damn.
With a pie.
Girl, you can find him being a herbivore.
And you can also go out there because he did have an impromptu live earlier today.
For 5 minutes.
They probably gonna give me a strike too.
Did you say for 5 minutes?
They gonna give me a strike. I'm
Yeah, because they got him a copyright.
Okay, hold on a second. Cousin Faith, you saying anything or no?
No, ma'am.
All right, hold for a second. Silent Artist, here you go, babe.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'll be leaving stuff down below if you guys did not see the whole film with Lisa Ray Ace in the comment section down below, so y'all can do your own research because we had to do Cliff Notes version because I wasn't trying to get nobody striked. But make sure you guys like and subscribe to my mama, and make sure you're here on Saturday for my Auntie Savannah show. So yeah, see y'all later. Bye.
All right, hold for a second. Shayla, not to be confused with New Orleans Davis, with the new hairdo, came in late and everything. Come on, good. Give it on.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I didn't mean to be
That's
late.
the shit they talking about, right?
You don't even call nobody. Mm-mm.
See, that's what they was talking about right there. See, what I'm talking about?
I'm not on camera.
But we can see it in your voice.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
We can see it in your voice, girl.
Your Instagram, Shayla? No, ma'am.
No, ain't shit.
Oh, wait, what she said?
That gay shit. Now look, bitch, me and you done been on the phone the whole day today, and you try to let me out.
I just wanted you to know. I wanted to bring it to your attention right then so that you could know. Because earlier you didn't understand and you didn't know. You seemed shocked when we said it. So if I bring it to you as it happened,
I am very shocked because I don't do anything out of the ordinary.
Girl!
I'm looking around too. I'm trying to find the lie. Where the lie?
You know what? That lie just was full of germs. Let me spray it again. You feeling better?
No, because them hoes light me up in the private comments.
Like, are you feeling better? Because I'm confused.
So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to go over and check out my girl Savon at the Savon Experience. That's at SAVON 1111 on YouTube.com. She is also on Instagram at the Savon Experience. Girl, what else you want to do? Because you know what, I'm giving you this whole little because you know a lot of people reached out to you and showed you love, and you had to get off for your birthday. So we're gonna do birthday part 2. Hold on.
Mm-mm. 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 What's happening?
I mean, you know, I just wanted to give you a moment of my show by yourself and go ahead and tell them where to find you at.
I got a boo-boo. I done told you 30 minutes ago I had the boo-boo. I tried to be
Absolutely.
I got a boo-boo, girl. I need to go pre-plug, girl.
I can't stand you for real, because you just okay. So I'm gonna drop you in the back. So if you do come back, you come back. If not, yes, go on. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming and being with me tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with me. I'm greatly appreciated. Even the ones that had bubble guts that had to go take care of that. So y'all have an absolute amazing day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Who she said she had the boo-boo. That just done took me all the way out, Jesus. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're gonna be out of here.